Hello and welcome to another Financial Perspectives, Financial Planning Solutions here for winter of 2014. A pretty cruel winter so far.
Yes, no doubt it's been cold, and we know we're here in the north.
Two important dates coming up, February 27th and March the 17th. And especially with respect to March 17th, something very important. This could be something I think that could mean really dollars out of your pocket unless you listen very closely to what we have to say about tax returns for this year. But before we get there, let's talk about RSP season and
Sure.
tax-free savings accounts. Now, you don't really have to have a deadline for your tax-free savings account, but you do for RSP.
Right. For the RSP, for those of you that do it all year, there's no problem. You're doing something monthly and your receipts come in and you're fine. But for many of you that have to analyze whether or not you do need to do that little bit of extra in an RSP to get a tax refund or to avoid paying tax, you need to hit their first 60 days deadline, and that's where we're saying the February 27th to ensure that the monies that get there all in time and that you're going to get your tax receipt in order to reduce those taxes.
Now, you don't have to decide exactly where you're going to put your money for
No.
your RSP right off the bat.
No, for sure. If you have left things to the last minute, we recommend that you just put the money into even a cash position inside your RSP, and we could always meet later to discuss where that should be and how it fits into your portfolio, unless we've already, looked after this in a timely manner. And it's those last couple of days, that's when you want to just get the RSP contribution in and never mind thinking about what the investment option should be.
Now, there are many of us who do wait until the last minute, but
Right.
if you do wait until the last minute and you can't really make up your mind, there are considerations with respect to investing for the coming year. We've had a pretty good past year.
Yeah.
Equity investments have done pretty good. Of course, you never can tell what the future holds, but nevertheless, generally speaking, over time, investments in the equity market have done much better than fixed investments.
For sure. When we look historically, investments have done better if you were in growth investments on an average. It's those short-term goals that you have that you're going to use interest-bearing cash, because then you don't have any concern about markets changing and your money going up and down. However, we've definitely seen that people, if you're looking for retirement monies, that's why you want to invest in other options so you can keep up with inflation and have the opportunity to live comfortably and not outlive your money, which in pure interest would certainly do that. And even when you do retire, we strongly encourage you to have that balance of all the different asset classes so that you're not going to be stuck with a problem either running out of money or not having your money in every month.
The old story of not having your eggs all in one basket, right?
Absolutely.
Now, February 27th, we've talked about that date. Now, let's go on to tax time, and we don't know if we scared people at the very beginning of this video talking about perhaps penalties that you could incur, but that's a reality, and it's something new this year with the CRA.
That's right. CRA has once again come in with draconian measures and is going to apply a penalty to those people who miss a slip when they're filing their income tax. So if you had filed the previous 3 years and missed a slip and then wind up filing either this year in 2013 or in the future, they are going to apply a penalty for not having reported all that income, even if you just didn't see that slip. And it's $150 federally, $150 provincially, so it's not really a little bit of money. And they look at it as being your responsibility. So I strongly encourage you to open those envelopes that come in, make sure that you're storing everything that could be used for taxes in one place. You can certainly stop by and get the tax pack from us, or just any large envelope where you can keep all those receipts, because they are playing hardball now.
Now, we've mentioned this in our last newsletter, which we sent out and we'll be sending out again electronically. The information on the reverse of the newsletter explains this penalty. Just going over it once again, so if you've forgotten your slip for the last 3 years, and also don't do it again this year, you could incur this $150 federal, $150 provincial penalty on top of what you have to pay on the slips.
That's right, and it only has to be one slip that you forgot, so it's not a lot of wiggle room.
No, so you've been warned. Now, once again, the information, if you have any doubts, just give us a call. We can explain. But those slips, they do come in. Make sure you don't miss any of them, and do send them in. Those two dates, once again, February 27th, the deadline for your RSP contribution if you haven't done so already. And, of course, tax time ends. The actual deadline for the taxes
is April 30th if you owe money.
Now, of course, we don't begin processing our tax returns, your tax returns, until a certain date, and that is?
That is the March 17th, so that you've had time to collect all those slips and not miss out on any of them.
So just one final note here. We talked about taxes. We're going to talk about death for just a moment, one of the other two inevitables. Now, if you're interested, there's been sessions held at the Steelworkers Hall, very interesting sessions, and dealing with preparing for the inevitable, and very interesting sessions. They can be viewed actually on video. You can go to our website. That's senior to friendly to seniors, friendlytoseniors.ca, friendlytoseniors.ca, and there's links to these videos of these particular sessions. Now, of course, once again, you know, we go through life. We start off, we educate the kids, hopefully, if you have any, and go into retirement, and then, of course, we go off into the great beyond, and preparing for that, not only for ourselves, but for those close to us, relatives. This is a very important consideration, and once again, you can check out these videos at friendlytoseniors.ca. And that's our session here, death and taxes and other things for the winter of 2014. I think we're calling it the winter of despair, because we certainly have had a winter that hasn't been like many for quite some years. But nevertheless, we're getting through it. A reminder once again, February the 27th, the RSP deadline, and we start processing tax returns on March the 17th.
Yep.
Until then, keep warm, and thanks for viewing. Bye for now.
Bye.